the sentencing phase in the Michelle Barrientos Vela trial new this noon.
The UK continuing to mourn the loss of Queen Elizabeth. How lawmakers and her family today honored her.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Less than 2 weeks after being convicted of felony tampering, Michelle Barrientos Vela was back in front of a judge this morning to begin the sentencing phase of her trial.
The ex-constable has opted to go before the judge for the punishment phase, so no jury present as the state begins presenting evidence. Barrientos Vela's former lieutenant, Jeremy Minor, telling the court he was instructed to retrieve a fellow deputy's gun in the early 2019. He described the subsequent response from him and fellow Precinct 2 deputies as excessive and asked if the deputy was actually a threat to himself or others. And if he was, why weren't all of his weapons confiscated? Barrientos Vela's sentencing hearing is expected to last through at least tomorrow. She could just face probation in the case.
4 years after a man was left for dead in an East Side parking lot, police are still trying to figure out who killed him. Police telling us that back in 2018, the victim, 44-year-old Harrion Chase, was standing in the parking lot of a smokehouse near Loop 410 and I-10. That's when one of two men nearby started shooting at him. He was hit once. He died at the scene. Police say the suspects got away in a white vehicle. You're asked to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. The phone number to call 210-224-STOP. If you're trying to get around, beware. This noon road crews are doing some bridge and some pavement work. They might get in your way. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos has a look at the detours you might need to know about.
The work continues in and around the Alamo City, so make sure that you plan your commute ahead of time and know what closures to be on the lookout for. Let's go ahead and start here, where we continue to see work take place off US 181 in Bexar County. Bridge work that has been current and, according to KSAT, should wrap on Monday, September 19th. It is overnight. 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning is when you can expect alternating lane closures in both directions from Wilson County line to I-37. Let's take a leap over here to Loop 410 over on the west side of San Antonio. You see a lot of work out there, and what we'll be seeing next is pavement work that begins Tuesday, September 13th and should wrap on Tuesday, September 27th. It does start overnight, a little earlier than usual, 7 in the evening to 5 in the morning, alternating main lane closures in both directions from Ingram Road to US 90. Let's take one last look here. 281 bridge work continues on Friday, September 16th, 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. Full closure of the intersection at Wilderness Oaks. So grab your phones. You can open your camera app by tapping the center of your screen and hit that QR code. That will take you directly to the KSAT traffic page, and that does have a list of current closures taking place in and around our area. So again, plan that commute ahead of time.
Thank you, Stephen. September is Hunger Action Month across the country. The purpose is to bring focus to those who are at risk for food insecurity. San Antonio has a huge need. So, KSAT community, we are partnering with the San Antonio Food Bank and RBFCU to step up and help out. And you can help out by visiting any of the participating RBFCU locations, donate non-perishable foods, and help out families in and around our community.
San Antonio actually has the highest poverty rate of any large metro city in the United States. So the need is really, really great. Now with the school year starting, we're seeing really long lines. We're feeding about 90,000 people every single week. So the need to focus on food insecurity in our community is really important.
People are encouraged to volunteer, fundraise, and donate to the San Antonio Food Bank. Help fight hunger and encourage hope for people who are faced with the impossible choice of having to decide between providing food or other daily necessities, not only for themselves, but for their families as well. If you have any questions regarding when, where, or how to donate, we have all those answers. Just head to KSAT.com. And this Wednesday, we're going to be hosting a special virtual town hall for Hunger Action Month. Starts at 2 that afternoon. We're going to be talking about inflation, how it's affected the San Antonio Food Bank, and all of the people that it serves.
2 different health organizations giving out the COVID-19 vaccine booster shots. That's happening in San Antonio this week. Starting today, University Health will be offering Pfizer's version to people 12 years old and older with no appointment needed. Metro Health is offering the Moderna version at its clinics and its pop-up vaccination sites. This is going to be on a first-come, first-served basis because, of course, supplies are limited. For more information on how you can get your booster, you can head over to KSAT.com. President Joe Biden hoping to cut cancer deaths in half over the next 25 years. It's part of what he's calling the Cancer Moonshot Initiative. He's going to talk about these efforts in a speech. It'll be this afternoon. That speech expected to draw parallels between the push to land on the moon in the 1960s and Biden's own quote, vision for another American moonshot, a future where we can end cancer as we know it. Some of the goals include closing the screening gap, decreasing the impact of preventable cancers, and bringing cutting-edge research to patients and communities. Now to the ceremonies that are surrounding the death of Queen Elizabeth as a nation mourns the longest-serving monarch in UK history. Before heading to Scotland, King Charles came here to Westminster Abbey, where he spoke about the lawmakers paying tribute to the Queen. ABC's Inez de la Cutera has more from Washington.
This morning, the Queen's body being transferred from the Palace of Holyrood House in Scotland in a somber procession. The Queen's children, Princes Edward, Andrew, and Princess Anne, led by King Charles, following the coffin on foot. Other members of the royal family in cars. The Queen's coffin then carried inside the St. Giles Cathedral, where it is now lying in rest for 24 hours, allowing the people of Scotland to say their final goodbyes. This, as King Charles III is officially welcomed to Scotland with a ritual known as the Ceremony of Keys. Earlier, the King and Queen Consort appearing before both houses of Parliament in London, lawmakers coming together to pay tribute to the Queen.
I cannot help but feel the weight of history which surrounds us.
Today, Prince Harry also releasing the first statement since the death of his grandmother, celebrating her life, remembering fond memories, including when the Queen met his wife Meghan and the time she hugged her beloved great-grandchildren. Meanwhile, outside of Buckingham Palace, a sea of flowers, cards, balloons, and other tributes.
I think she's always been there, and she's just overall a nice person.
So many that the royal parks have now asked mourners not to leave any more Paddington Bear toys or marmalade sandwiches, a wink to that now infamous skit from the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations.
Thank you for everything.
That's very kind.
And the Queen's coffin will be transferred to London tomorrow, where it will lie in state for 4 days starting on Wednesday. Members of the public have been warned to expect long lines and security checks. Inez de la Cutera, ABC News, London.
What a great morning it was. Humidity does start to return, though, as we get into tomorrow. Will that mean rain in the forecast? We take a look coming up.
And it was a day so many Cowboy fans have been waiting for. And well, it ended with a little disappointment and an injury. We're going to explain what happened with the Cowboys yesterday and what comes next when it comes to Dak Prescott.
Grandparents getting the chance to create some memories here, and they picked up some skills to help their grandchildren with their schoolwork. We'll show you.
Well, welcome back. It is a day celebrating the bond that exists between grandparents and their grandchildren.
Yesterday marked Grandparents' Day, and today a local elementary school celebrated with a fun-filled morning. Tiffany Huertas was there to share what it meant for grandparents.
My grandchildren are my world.
It was a special morning for Wanda Jenkins.
This means so much to me because I get a chance to read to them and then ask them questions, see how much they learn.
Jenkins and other grandparents were invited to Smith Elementary School to spend time with their grandchildren. They did arts and crafts and reading. Grandparents learned some reading strategies that they can practice with their grandchildren at home.
We gave them a really cool resource with higher level questions that they can ask their grandchildren. They're making a picture frame, decorating it, then we're taking pictures of them so that they can add to their picture frame today.
This event allowed children to express themselves. They made posters for their grandparents and decorated flowers, sharing some of their favorite moments. Principal Mayra Gutierrez Ibarra says this is the first grandparents event at the school. She says this year they are focusing on family involvement and engagement.
Because our grandparents play such an important role in the family of our children, many of them are the primary caregivers or the guardians, it's important that we open our doors to our families, to our grandparents as well.
The school plans to host other events for parents later this school year. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, time now, 12:12, already 86 degrees out, but it's beautiful. Only, 2 clouds in the sky?
Did you go outside at sunrise as I did.
Okay, now you're just bragging.
I'm bragging.
Did you have a competition this morning?
No, I didn't. I did go ride horses, and I actually had to put a jacket on initially.
Ooh.
It was chilly, Justin.
Well, you told me that earlier. I don't know if it was quite jacket weather.
I don't think so.
I'm just telling you.
I did walk from the apartment to the car. At no point was I like, oh, it's cold.
I acclimated to the heat, so now that it was cool.
Well, listen, with the summer we had, this kind of morning does feel incredible. We got down into the 60s this morning. We're going to show you the lows here in just a second. The aquifer is down 0.6 of a foot to 636.7, and your pollen count, look at this list. Molds, ragweed, fall elm, pigweed grass, all there. We're heading into ragweed season. We'll show you that graph. We'll let you know how long that lasts, too. That's coming up in just a minute.
Okay, everybody's giving me a whole bunch of talk. Yes, it was that cold. And
well, not all of us woke up to ride our horses at sunrise. Some of us just walked from the building to the car.
Well, I'm used to doing that. And I was just really surprised. I was like, ooh.
I think July kind of like tarnished our ability to realize the heat.
We're still adjusting, right? We're still trying to figure this out. There will be another cool morning coming up tomorrow, Ursula. So
thank you. I'll keep my jacket handy.
The jacket ready. Speaking of which, let's take a look at some days until we get to autumn. 13 days until we officially make it into fall. If you were curious, how many days until Halloween? I know Max is keeping tabs on that. 49 days. All right.
He's going as an anchor man.
Oh, that works. That works. Thanksgiving is 73 days away, and Christmas is 104. So we're getting into that time of year where we start to think about cooler weather ahead. And temperatures this morning, yes, cool. 69 here in town, 61 Kerrville, 66 Hondo, 70 in Pleasanton, 68 in Gonzales. Around Bexar County, mostly 60s, although Stinson only got down to 71. This was the coolest reading at the airport, by the way, since late June. So that does give you some perspective there. It's been a while. And the reason for that, it was the dew points, the dry air. We had a front come through yesterday, dropped dew points into the upper 50s by yesterday evening, and that was enough to allow those temperatures to drop by the morning time. Right now, we still got dew points in the low 60s, but that's not bad. We can deal with that, and I don't think we'll be looking at a heat index today. We had clear skies earlier, starting to see a few of those white puffy clouds show up, though, and we'll see a few more of those throughout the afternoon. 86 right now. Dew point is at 63, as I said, calm winds. There is a little bit of a feels like number there, but we're only tacking on 1 degree, 87. Look at the satellite picture. You can see some clouds trying to develop in the hill country. It seems like each and every day over the last week or so, we've had some of those pop-up showers and storms. I really don't think we see much at all today. That changes tomorrow because they do return to the forecast, but just not much there today. And temperature-wise, 85 Helotes, 86 Port SA, 86 Pleasanton, 81 right now. Bernie Stage 81 at Canyon Lake as well. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we're going to be up around 94 today, so it is still hot. Northeasterly winds anywhere from 5 to 10. And you'll see the numbers fall into the upper 80s by 8 p.m., eventually down to 78 by 11 p.m. And by tomorrow morning, we should be back close to where we were this morning. Right now, we're forecasting 70 or so. High temperatures today, 89 Canyon Lake, 92 in San Marcos, 94 in Seguin, 94 Divine, 92 the high temperature in Uvalde. So warm just about everywhere you go. As far as dew points go, I think by the afternoon, we'll still see dew points in the upper 50s. Again, that's pleasant. But the humidity tries to start to make a return as early as tomorrow morning, and then you'll really kind of start to feel it as we get later into Tuesday and Wednesday. With that return of moisture, that means there is an opportunity for a pop-up shower or storm tomorrow. This is not today. This is tomorrow, 3 p.m. We'll put in a 10% chance of rain for a random pop-up or two, and that'll be probably east of I-35. That's where the best opportunity will be. Meantime, we showed you the pollen count earlier. Molds and ragweed starting to jump up. Ragweed, if that's one of the things that bugs you, well, we are starting to move into ragweed season. Let's look at the graph here. So fall elm typically jumps up about this time of year, and so does ragweed. Ragweed stays around longer, though, typically until we see our first big freeze. So this can go all the way through November. Just a heads up, we are officially in ragweed season. 95 tomorrow, 10% chance of rain. 94 Wednesday, just a 20% chance Thursday, Friday as some deeper moisture comes into play. Small chance Saturday, and then it gets pretty hot Sunday. You know, looking beyond Sunday, looks like we could see some pretty toasty temperatures too. So not done with summer just yet.
Yeah, we're used to it. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you, Justin. All right, something, well, it depends on what year you were born. You might be used to this. Cowboys lost, but here's the more devastating part. We might lose Dak for an extended amount of time. We're going to explain what happened and what comes next. But you know what I don't like? I don't like ties. Ties in sports, not ties,
okay.
not like neckties.
I know
ties
you
in
like
sports.
neckties.
We had a tie yesterday. I will say the Texans, a little underrated in my book. We're going to explain what happened. Well, welcome back. What a career, what a player, what a person. There he is, Manu Ginobili. There he really is. All right, inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, 4-time champion, Manu, gold medalist. It was an emotional occasion, a number of occasions when he was speaking to his family in Spanish, and again when he was speaking directly to Pop, who, along with the Admiral, David Robinson, making the trip to Symphony Hall in Springfield, Massachusetts. Tim Duncan by his side as the presenter, who could be the next Spurs Hall of Famer in the not-so-distant future. So congrats to Manu, and, well, happy that you're still calling San Antonio home.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law.
Now to some not-so-great news. Well, Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Cowboys already thin at offensive line coming into the game, and it got even worse. 7 plays in. Connor McGovern down with an ankle injury. He would not return. There it was. Not great at all. So they kept moving the ball. It came to a stall, and then here we go. Beautiful 51-yard field goal. First points of the season for the Cowboys. They led 3-0. After that, though, Cowboys offense goes cold. Second quarter, Dallas trailing 6-3. Dak Prescott's pass intercepted. Antoine Winfield takes it back 15 yards. Cowboys 23-yard line. Dallas defense holds. Micah Parsons, my guy, sacking Tom Brady, third down, second sack of the game. The Cowboys would hold Tampa's offense to 4 field goals, head into halftime, trailing 12-3. Third quarter, Dallas trying to get something going, but oof, Dak Prescott sacked by Devin White, a loss of 7 yards on third down. Cowboys punt for the 4th time. Tom Brady and the Bucs take advantage. 9-play, 79-yard drive, 5-yard touchdown to former Aggie Mike Evans. Hauled it in one hand. Tampa leads 19-3 heading into the 4th. Cowboys need a spark, and the defense provides it. Tom Brady picked by former Aggie Donovan Wilson in midfield. Cowboys back in business. Short field probably going nowhere. Dak Prescott rolls and incomplete. Wide open, Noah Brown. That resulted in another punt. Wouldn't even finish the game, though. Dak out here. He got his hand caught twice on follow-throughs, examined the sideline with the team doctor, would leave. Cooper Rush would come in, take it from there. But at the end of the day, not a great night. Here is the final. The Bucs 19, Cowboys 3. Dallas 0-1 to start the season. McCarthy addressed Dak's hand injury after the game. We're going to talk about it in just a bit. But we're going to talk about next Sunday because we're always looking ahead to the next game. Bengals, Cowboys, 3:25. This Sunday, yeah, that's how we feel about the Cowboys right now at AT&T Stadium. And speaking of Dak, you just got to feel bad. Remember, he had that really bad ankle injury a while back, and now he is expected to have surgery for a fractured bone in his throwing hand that he sustained last night. Sorry, Cowboy fans. He is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks with the injury, likely land on the IR. Prescott's right hand making contact with the linebacker, Shaquille Barrett, throwing the pass. Dak saying he initially thought he had just jammed his finger like he has so many times before, but he realized in the next play he couldn't even grip the football. The Cowboys will go with Cooper Rush as their starting quarterback beginning next week against the Bengals. Will Grier, the team's number 3 quarterback, he is currently on the practice squad if he needs to get called up. All right, one of our Texas teams, well, they're starting off undefeated. We've seen the Houston Texans take an active role in bringing comfort to those affected by the school shooting in Uvalde, and they kept their word. They had the Uvalde high school football team in attendance for the first game of the season. So here's the game. Second quarter, tied at 3. And look at that. Texans making a big move there. Davis Mills putting on a show. That was O.J. Howard, 16-yard touchdown. Texans up 10-3. And here we go again. Mills finding Howard once again, 22-yard strike. Texans would lead 20-3. Indy would tie it at 24's OT. The Colts could have won on that 42-yard field goal, but it is no good. Houston never really even had an offensive series in overtime. And, well, here's the final. Tied 20-20. But here's the good news. they're starting undefeated.
They didn't lose.
They didn't lose.
That's important in sports.
Especially if you're a Texans fan, because, haven't had a good couple last season. So tying to start the season against a rival, it's not too bad. Let's hear what Lovie Smith had to say about the sequence. Well, he was not happy about it, but again, could have been worse. Could have been better, could have been worse. But next up, we have Texans taking on Russell Wilson and the Broncos, who play tonight against Seattle. So we'll see who will have the upper hand in that matchup. Do you watch a lot of football? No ties. We don't like ties. It's not soccer.
But that one's pretty nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Tried to match you. Time now, 12:27, 87 degrees out.
You think you're doing the morning show. School safety and security are two things still on the minds of many parents. So today on the news at 5, we are going to tell you more about a former U.S. Secret Service agent who's now working for an area school district and what his role will be in protecting your children. The battle over who controls Ukraine just made a big turn. Ukrainian forces taking back more than 1,000 square miles of territory in the northeast that had been seized by Russian troops. ABC's Ike Jachi reports now Russia's retaliating and putting on some new attacks.
Today, a sign of victory. Ukrainian forces raising their flag above the city of Izium, a strategic military hub that's been occupied by Russian forces for months. The recent Ukrainian counteroffensive resulting in a spectacular advance in the northeast. As Ukraine's forces retake swaths of territory, Russian forces fleeing in disarray. Elsewhere in the region, scenes of relief. Civilians greeting and embracing Ukrainian troops after they chased out Russian fighters. On this map, you can see the areas Ukrainian forces have retaken in blue. Officials say they've reclaimed more than 1,000 square miles. And now, an incredible admission from the Kremlin. Russia acknowledging it's lost control of almost all of Ukraine's northeastern Kharkiv region. In his nightly address, Ukraine's President Zelensky hailing his troops' successes, saying the world is impressed by them.
The Ukrainians remain triumphant, they remain strong, and the Russian will seems to be weakening.
Still, concerns continue over Russia's ongoing aggression. The Director General for the IAEA sending a letter to the agency's Board of Governors after leading a support and assistance mission to Ukraine's Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, stating an urgent and imperative goal of halting shelling around the power plant and that a nuclear safety and security protection zone is urgently needed. The sixth and last reactor of Europe's largest nuclear plant was safely shut down on Sunday after operating on backup power for days. Russia retaliating to Ukraine's successes by striking civilian infrastructure throughout the country. In Kharkiv, Russian missiles destroying power stations, leaving many in the area without power. The U.S. is actively working to replenish its munitions it supplied to Ukraine. It's now working with defense companies to expand its weapons stockpile for Ukraine in its war against Russia now and in the future. Ike Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Looking outside with live cam, beautiful day out there, and as chilly as it was this morning, stop laughing.
Justin, how chilly was it this morning?
It was 69, but the thing about it is...
When was the last time we were in the 60s overnight?
Well, it's been since like June, but we would need to look in a dictionary to define chilly, because I don't know if that quite falls into that realm.
All right, I give. The boys in the studio win.
It
was not chilly.
Okay, it was cool. It was cool. It's very nice. There's no doubt about that. Let's look at some of the headlines. As we started off with clear skies this morning, that was part of the deal. We had clear skies, dry air that helped those temperatures to drop. No heat index today. If we do see any heat index, it will be minimal. Still hot though. We're going to get mid-90s. They stay in the forecast, and tomorrow we can't rule out a pop-up. So we've been seeing that trend of pop-up showers and storms. We don't see anything today, but tomorrow possibility comes back. 86 degrees right now. Dew point is at 63, and we've got calm winds. Temperatures around the state still in the 70s in places like Lubbock and Amarillo. Wichita Falls at 78. You've got some 90s south of our frontal boundary. Corpus Christi 91. Brownsville sitting at 92. Rain chances this week. Well, there's that 10% tomorrow. Then we put in a 20% chance Thursday and Friday. Small chance Saturday. After that, ridge of high pressure takes back over. So we were in a rainy period. Now we're kind of switching back to that drier type pattern. We'll have more on that forecast and a look at the tropics too coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Columbia University now admitting it reported inaccurate data that improved its rankings among colleges. That faulty information resulted in a dramatic drop for the school from number 2 in the nation down to number 18. The rankings are done each year by U.S. News and World Report. All of this due to a whistleblower who also happens to be a math professor at Columbia. He publicly called attention to large discrepancies in class size, faculty credentials, and instructional spending. Now Columbia is saying that it will, quote, continue to refine and review its methodologies in reporting data in the future. In the meantime, the school was unranked this year, and it's withdrawn from participating next year.
The federal government launching an investigation into the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. The Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, confirming that the team with the Inspector General's office will be collecting data and conducting interviews. The investigation will look into the history of Jackson's troubled water system. And despite a $42 million federal commitment, the city's mayor says it's not enough money to meet the needs of Jackson's accumulating challenges. In the meantime, all residents in Jackson have had water pressure restored. However, a boil water notice still in effect. Well, an experimental treatment for ALS is one step closer to getting a green light. An FDA advisory committee voted to support approval of a drug that could help slow down progression of the disease. Sarah Costa has more on why one patient is calling this a major step forward.
For the past 5 years, Steve Kowalski has been living with ALS.
I was sent home after my diagnosis with really little hope that there was some treatment available that would help.
But a new treatment may soon be available. An FDA advisory committee voted to support approval of an experimental drug. The manufacturer, Amylyx, says a clinical trial showed the drug significantly slowed the rate of functional decline from ALS compared with those given a placebo. The company reports the drug was generally well tolerated, gastrointestinal events happening more often in the group that got the medication. Patients like Kowalski have urged the FDA for approval.
For those folks that are on the bedsides as we speak, getting delivered this devastating news, this is some hope that'll help them in their process of dealing with the horrible diagnosis.
ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, affects as many as 30,000 people in the U.S. It's a disease that causes muscles to weaken, eventually affecting patients' ability to speak, swallow, move, and breathe. The FDA is expected to make a decision by the end of September. If approved, Kowalski says all eyes will then be on the insurance approval process.
Which is yet another hurdle that I think many folks are going to have to deal with, to fight to get approval to have the medication covered.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
200,000 vehicles now under recall. Now, fans that are supposed to be keeping these SUVs cool, well, they're actually doing the opposite, posing a safety risk. We explain what you need to know.
The holiday season, well, it's sort of around the corner, but UPS is already getting ready. What the problem is that they're going to need 100,000 people to make it happen. How you can cash in on their problem.
And another blow to the U.S. economy may be coming as soon as this Friday. A big chunk of the nation's freight could be stopped in its tracks. We're going to explain.
Hello, everyone. These are your top headlines for Cheddar News. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has declared a state of emergency. That is, the polio virus is detected in sewage samples from 4 counties, as well as New York City itself. The New York Health Commissioner called on people who are unvaccinated to get their shots immediately. Meanwhile, the Bank of England is now delaying a decision to raise interest rates that to tackle soaring inflation until next Thursday, September the 22nd. British businesses, financial institutions, and unions have all canceled or postponed events that as the nation observes a period of mourning. That following Queen Elizabeth's death last week at the age of 96. And football fans struggling to watch Week 1 games this past Sunday as DirecTV's website and app crashed on Sunday. Media reports say some users reported seeing an error page when trying to access the Sunday Ticket website. Others said they couldn't even sign in. It's unclear what caused the problems and if they were resolved over the weekend. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
If you think the shipping delays have been rough this summer, a new roadblock may be forming. There's a potential massive rail strike on Friday.
So that could bring 40% of freight in the United States to a grinding halt.
7 unions representing more than 90,000 workers at the nation's freight railroads. They say that they want salary increases and back pay for hours worked since 2020, and they are threatening to go on strike. And if they do, it could last quite a while. It could lead to empty store shelves easily, temporary closures at factories that don't have the parts that they need, and higher prices due to limited availability of consumer goods.
Railroad workers are under a different labor law than the one that controls labor relations in most businesses. That means it is possible that Congress could act to prevent or even quickly stop a strike. Now to a recall alert. Ford says 200,000 Expeditions and Lincoln Navigators, they're having issues with heating and cooling fan motors, which can catch fire. Now, the specific models being recalled, built between 2015 and 2017. So far, the company has received reports of 25 fires. 12 of those caused extensive damage to the vehicles. Now, Ford will begin reaching out to owners as early as today. They are asking customers to bring those vehicles back for free repairs.
Another shipping giant worried it's not going to be able to keep up unless it can hire 100,000 seasonal workers for the holidays. And if you're looking to earn some extra cash, they're making it easier to apply. About 80% of the positions that need to be filled do not even require an interview. The company's also rolling out a new streamlined online application system to make the hiring process take only about 25 minutes. If you get in, it could turn into a permanent job, since 35,000 seasonal workers last year ended up staying in that job.
All right, let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. 87 now. It looks so calm and quiet out there, Justin. I've been looking at the forecast, the graphics, no triple digits on the screen.
No, and I think we're almost to that point where we're not going to have to worry about it much longer, but we'll look at that climatology here in just a few minutes. 86 so far today. The high, 69 was the low. The record low is 56. That was set back in 1968, so we were still 13 degrees shy of that. The record high is 103, so we still can hit triple digits this time of year. That was set back in 1893. A check in on the tropics and that 7-day forecast straight ahead.
Welcome back. Happy Monday. So we've been having a discussion throughout the day of what really constitutes cold, chilly.
Chilly.
Okay.
Now, normally, when you get up in the morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you watch the sunrise, as I do often, it's already hot and humid.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
But under 70 for Ursula Perry is chilly.
Well, normally, we haven't really, we spent the whole summer with the low being in the 80s. So this was quite a change.
It's a seasonal adjustment. The drier air came in, temperatures fell into the 60s this morning. You could feel the difference, and that's the real big takeaway here is if you were outside this morning, you felt it. You felt it. And we're going to see another nice morning like that tomorrow morning before humidity returns and things go back to the way they were. Well, let's look at the time lapse. We've had generally clear skies throughout much of the morning. A few clouds starting to show up there right at the end of our time lapse as we head into the 1 o'clock hour. 86 degrees right now, calm winds. And temperatures have made their way up into the upper 80s in places like Pleasanton and Gonzales, and there will be plenty of 90s on the map today. 85 Hondo, 82 Kerrville, and we're looking at mid 80s in much of Bexar County. 86 Port SA, 90 Castroville, 86 in Bandera. High temperatures today should be in the mid 90s. 94 here in San Antonio, 94 Divine, 92 Uvalde, 94 Seguin, 94 in New Braunfels. And if you were curious, we've had 58 days where we were at 100 or above here this year. We've become very familiar with this number. We're still 1 day shy of tying the record set back in 2009. And the question we keep getting, are we going to set this record? Well, we're running out of days. The average last 100-degree day is August 26th, so we've passed that. But the latest we've ever seen a 100-degree day is September 28th, 2005. So we can still do it. We've still got time. Next week looks like it could be close. I mean, the models aren't showing us 100s, but just the setup, I think we could get close. It'll be something to watch. Here's the big picture across the country. big comma signature here, that's the low, and the trailing cold front that stretches back into Texas. Showers and storms out ahead of this. So a lot of action up and down the East Coast today. Some rain out west, too, places where they need it. But the nation's midsection is really pretty quiet. And as we look at Texas, not much there. A few clouds, and that's it. Dew points, pretty dry up to the north. We've had some drier dew points here as we're still north of that front. But the moisture starts to really make a return by, I'd say, tomorrow morning, but more so tomorrow afternoon. You'll see that Gulf moisture start to funnel back in, and that reverts us back to our pretty typical pattern here. And there's enough moisture, I think, as we get into tomorrow afternoon that there will be some isolated showers and storms. We don't see anything today, but by 3, 4, 5 o'clock tomorrow, there is a 10% chance of a shower or storm, generally east of I-35. Hurricane season, we just passed the peak. The peak is September 10th. Now we're on the backside of things, but you know, we still can see a lot of action between now and mid-October, say. So know that there still will be some potential hurricanes out there, tropical storms. We still have time for those to develop. And one thing I'll also mention, too, is that in the Pacific, these systems become a little more important to us as we head later into the season, because it tends to allow moisture to come up into Texas with some fronts approaching, and that can give us some big rain events if it all times out correctly. So this is an area we'll be watching. 70% chance of development. This is the west coast of Mexico here. Nothing yet. The Hurricane Center thinks there could be something in the coming days. Meantime, out in the Atlantic, just a couple of areas, couple waves coming off of Africa that bear some watching, but we have plenty of time to do so. These just have a 20% chance of development here over the next 5 days or so. Extended forecast, 95 tomorrow, 10% chance of rain. We'll go 94 Wednesday. And then by Thursday and Friday, with deeper moisture working in, we'll get a 20% chance of rain both those days, just a small chance Saturday, and 95 Sunday. And as I said earlier, once you get past Sunday, looks like it could be pretty toasty next week. So we're kind of reverting back to what we disliked so much over the summer, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. After last season's shocking ending, an Emmy-winning series is back. Season 5, The Handmaid's Tale, will feature the consequences and new alliances.
The big moves that have been dominating the box office of late. They got a challenge this weekend from a new scary movie. We're going to have a look at this weekend's top 5 films.
Welcome back. The fright flick Barbarian, the only new movie opening in more than 2,000 theaters, easily taking the weekend crown at the box office. So the film grossed $10 million. Brahmastra Part 1, Shiva, the first film in a trilogy launching India's first cinematic universe, opened in second place, earning $4.4 million. $3.3 million put Bullet Train, I really want to see this one, in third place. And then Top Gun Maverick, actually one of the only movies I've seen recently, falling to number 4 with ticket sales of $3.2 million. DC League of Super Pets falling to 5th place, taking in $2.8 million. That's Justin's favorite movie.
The last season of The Handmaid's Tale ending with a shocking murder. And this week, season 5 starts up, and it's going to be all about the fallout from that stunning attack. CNN's David Daniel has a look.
I killed him, and I loved it so much.
Fiona Osborne is a cancer. We have to cut her out.
There are consequences for disobeying God.
5 seasons into The Handmaid's Tale, series creator Bruce Miller says the show's writers follow the characters more than leading them.
We write very sparingly. They add so much to every scene. You have to watch those scenes to know what's going to happen next. You can't really just imagine it and then go on.
I need her to know it was me.
Do you want her to come after us?
It was so exciting to get these scripts and to go, yes, here we go. We're doing something. We get to go in these directions that are so surprising.
Star Elizabeth Moss also directs 3 episodes this season.
It revolves around her and around this character. And so obviously she understands it, inside out, back to front. So to have her guiding us as a director is really powerful.
My favorite moments of my life, I think, are like Lizzie directing and me and Anne having it out.
She has more energy than any human I've ever met. Even when she's exhausted, you'd never know it.
She just does it with such efficiency, such creative genius, such truthfulness. I am astounded every day on set.
I pray for our children. May they live a life without all of this hate.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
So going to the movies is always fun. You know what else is fun? SA Live.
Always.
Yes.
Especially, when we're making pancakes.
Yes. Well, pumpkins are popping up everywhere, including your favorite brunch spots.
Yep, and Christopher Edwards, who is the chef over at Snooze and AM Eatery, is joining us. So everything pumpkin, well, how can we tell?
Just for the weather you want, not the weather you have, right?
We have pumpkin pancakes.
Pumpkin pancakes.
And the trick to good pancakes is?
The trick to good pancakes is make your batter the night before. While you rest, let your pancakes rest.
Okay, and nothing goes better with pancakes than bacon, right?
Bacon.
Guess what? They have a pumpkin rub on them. Mm-hmm. And what are we washing it down with?
Oh, yes, we do have a cocktail we are going to make as well.
Pumpkin.
And guess what? You can create your own masterpiece this fall season. And Jen is out live checking out some fall art classes.
Speaking of pumpkins, right? Look at these. It looks like glass. It may appear to be glass, but it's not. We're making resin pumpkins, our own fall decor here at J. Philippa's Art Studio, and we are going to have some fun and show you how to do this. Isn't that gorgeous? Back to you guys.
And are you passionate about dogs?
Lily Neeland from Diamond Dogs and Rescue is here. You've adopted out a lot last year, right?
Yes, about 981 dogs.
But you got a big vet bill.
Yes, about $109,000.
We are going to tell you how you can help that out coming up with the Big Give.
All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
It's 86 out there right now. We'll make it up to about 94 this afternoon. Mostly sunny. Some lower humidity today, but humidity comes back tomorrow. That may lead to a stray shower or storm. A few more chances Thursday and Friday. Otherwise, this is a pretty, I don't want to say boring forecast, but hot. That much is for sure, with mid-90s in the forecast all the way through the weekend, guys.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much for watching. That is it for us here on the News at Noon.
Up next, SA Live, and it starts right now.
Well, coming up today on SA Live, yep, it is all about pumpkin flavors. We got some pumpkin pancakes. What goes best with pancakes? Bacon, seasoned with a little bit of, pumpkin rub, and of course, to wash it down, a cocktail that is, yeah, you guessed it.
How to turn an ordinary pumpkin into this gorgeous, bright and shiny pumpkin. We're here at J. Philippa's Art Studio, and we're going to show you how to get it done.
Oh, don't you wish you could take them all home? Well, we are going to tell you how you can still help out in a big way. We're going to tell you all about the event. It's all today on SA Live.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Yes, it is pumpkin time. Happy Monday, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Osterhagen. It would be even nicer in here, even though it's a little bit nicer outside. If your air conditioning goes out, like it did here.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we are.
Hello.
Sorry.
Mike, I'm Fiona Gorstiza. All right. Well, did you know that today is National Video Games Day? Not to be confused with Video Game Day, which is in the summer. Okay. So we want to know, what's your favorite video game? Okay, I'd have to say it's Super Mario Kart. I love that one.
My boys, my wife love that thing. I'm going a little bit old school. I love Asteroids. That was always great, too. But you know what one of the best things was?
What?
Do you remember the little Mattel football game, the handheld thing?
Is this you not picking just one?
No. Well, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Okay, all right.
And who remembers that thing? And it was, this big, and you go back, and Christopher remembers that.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
he
nodding.
does.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a blast. So
Okay.
That's my vote.
So let us know. Choose one, choose two, like Mike.
Then there was...
Okay, what's your favorite video game? Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and you may see those a little later in the show. Well, fall will be here in no time, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, he promises, he promises. All right, and pumpkins are starting to pop up everywhere, including your favorite brunch spots.
Yep, and our old friend Christopher Edwards, who is the chef over there at Snooze and AM Eatery, is joining us right now. And guess what he's going to cook? I bet you can't tell from the attire.
It's pumpkins.
Pumpkins everything,
all
right?
Pumpkin everything. Absolutely.
All
How could you
pumpkin.
not want all pumpkin everything with weather this nice, right? It just gets you in that fall mood.
Yes. And by the way, that is a suit. He doesn't have the pants on, but that jacket, that's very cool looking. So
He's wearing pants, though.
that goes. That does go great with a pumpkin t-shirt. Anyway, back to what we are cooking right here.
Started with the sizzling bacon,
That
right?
sizzling bacon right there it's just for us at Snooze. That is a tender belly bacon with a pumpkin spice dry rub. And now I know what you're thinking with all things pumpkin, everything's gonna be too sweet. Nothing we're gonna taste today is gonna be too sweet. That dry rub is perfect, lets the pumpkin flavor out, lets the bacon flavor out, lets nothing take over. It's balanced, it's beautiful, it's savory, it's great.
Okay. And we are on the same team here. Bacon has to have a little bit of chew it, render out all the fat, but can't be like fall and break.
No, I'm a floppy bacon guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just team crispy in the middle. Okay.
The pancakes here, I'm about ready to flip them, but before we do, what do we have to do?
Before you flip those pancakes, you're going to need to add a healthy dollop of our vanilla cream cheese filling. It's almost like a Danish or a kolache if you're driving through West.
So
you
now
give that a
I
good
flip it, right?
You know what? Ghosts
Really?
and
that's nice.
you have in common, Mike?
Oh no!
I believe in you.
Oh, it's on the edge. That's okay.
You can do it. You can do it. Ready?
See, I was doing this fine in rehearsal.
You got it? Yeah.
There we go.
I saw him.
Yeah!
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now hiring pancake flippers, huh? No, but that looks great. And you're going to let that go. It's about 4 minutes on each side.
Don't show.
And then ta-da!
See, those I did better.
TV magic.
For the record.
Those aren't. These are not as burnt.
I know.
So you're getting better.
We were rehearsing. So.
You know what? When you get them at snooze, they're perfect. We're going to pretend. We're going to pretend and it's going to be great. Now, we make our own caramel. And we're just going to take that caramel right there, and it's going to get a healthy drizzle right over the top. Let's pretend. Give it a shot. Now, ziggy-zaggy. Ziggy-zaggy. Perfect. And now that sweet
this way too?
cream drizzle. Ziggy-zaggy the opposite direction. I'd love to see it.
With the cream?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, there it is. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now we've got a few of the candied pecans left. If you'll go ahead and take the few candied pecans we have left, give it a great sprinkle, and ta-da.
What happened to all the candied pecans, Chef?
You know, it's tough to say. It's kind of like what happens at work. They just sort of disappear. It's hard with such crunchy perfection. It's hard not to grab them as you walk by.
Okay. So
tell me what you think.
That you getting washed down with a cocktail, right?
You need a cocktail.
Okay.
So let's get that cocktail going. We are going to use Tito's Texas vodka. We're going to pour that right in there. Now we make our own pumpkin simple syrup. That's going to be pumpkins. That's going to be sugar and a very secret proprietary pumpkin spice blend. And now you're going to use oat milk. Now we were talking earlier, somebody once said that oat milk did to almond milk what Zoom did to Skype. Go ahead and pour that right in here. Oh, delicious. We're going to pour it back. We're going to fold it. We're going to give it a good shake, but I don't want to mess up this lovely dress.
Okay.
So we're going to fold today up.
Okay.
Give it one more, just for good measure.
Okay.
Perfect. And let's strain that right there into this martini glass. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, creamy pumpkin martini. What are you guys thinking? Well, I'll tell you what you're thinking. A creamy martini is delicious. Think Colorado Bulldog. Think White Russian. Think just a perfect fall day walking through the crunchy leaves with a little angel's whisper of cinnamon.
Could you actually, since that's simple syrup, put that with a little bit of bourbon and make kind of a pumpkin-y old-fashioned?
You can do a pumpkin-y old-fashioned. We're making a pumpkin latte. We will put this pumpkin simple syrup in anything you want us to. That's how snooze works.
You know, and the nice thing about the cocktail, well, it's a cocktail, but other than that, and the pancakes, the pumpkin isn't overwhelming.
No.
It's not like, have a little bit of pancake with your pumpkin.
Right.
Yeah, it's just that hint of a flavor right there.
You know what that's like. Pumpkin is the star of the show, but it has to work together with the rest of the cast.
And real quick before we go, you guys do a lot to give back to the community, right?
Oh, we're doing good. We're feeling good. We're eating good. We just finished up our International Pancake Day, which we turned into International Pancake Week, where we were able to raise $25,000 for an incredible organization called No Kid Hungry. And since we're talking about fall, y'all, the San Antonio Food Bank is having their Harvest for Hope coming up on November 20th. We will be there to represent, and I'm sure maybe we'll win the dessert competition for the second year in a row. But we'd love to see everybody out there. It's one of the biggest fundraising events of the year for the San Antonio Food Bank, which is one of our community partners, and we are so excited to get to be there again this year.
Right over there in the quarry along Bassey.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And if you can't make it to the quarry market, you can always visit our other locations. We have one in the Vineyard and one in the Strand off of I-10 and Huebner.
Thank you very much, sir.
Christopher Edwards. For more information on Snooze and AM Eatery, just head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab.
All right, go from creating a wonderful brunch to creating your own masterpiece while exploring some hands-on glass art at J. Philippa's Art Studio and Gallery.
Yes, Jen is out there creating some, maybe some great fall art, some pumpkin art, and checking out those fall classes.
That's right. I'm so excited to be here because not only are they beautiful, but they do look like glass. I'm sure you saw those earlier. I have Jeannie Philippas joining me now. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for allowing us to be on your show.
Now, is this one of your more popular items
Oh
here,
my gosh,
these classes?
in August, people are already asking to do pumpkins. So yes, it doesn't have to be cool outside for people to want to do pumpkins.
It doesn't quite feel like fall, but we are going to have some fun right now. So tell me what I'm going to do here.
Okay, so actually we already mixed. You wanted to do orange, the traditional. And yes, we're going to make it look like a glass pumpkin. So all you're going to do is take this and you're going to simply, a lot of times we like to hold it, or you can just kind of do this and start to go around, okay? You got that, Jen. Go all the way around.
Okay.
And you'll see how beautiful it is. There you go. She's a pro. Look how gorgeous. And then kind of just go round and round, and you'll see how it begins to cover that pumpkin. It adheres to it, and it has a hardener in it. So it will become super hard in 24 hours and last forever. And you can put them outside.
That was my question, that you can actually put them outside.
So if you want to keep some in there just a little bit, and then we just get our little spoon, and then we go around and we kind of use the back of it to fill in. And we're doing a simplified version of it for TV, and fill in all the spots. Sometimes people like to leave it just like that, but there is such a sheer. We put mica powder inside with it, and that's what creates the most brilliant color. It's the purest form of color there is, the mica powder. And you can probably see that gold shimmer in there.
Yes, I see that.
So beautiful. Where can you find a pumpkin so brilliant looking,
so
right?
Pretty.
And you get to create it yourself.
It's so nice. And the fact that you can put them outside, you know, that you're walking up thinking, are those glass pumpkins?
Exactly.
And you said they'll last, right?
And they last forever. And isn't it kind of soothing to kind of, I don't know what it is about it. I a lot of times kind of interfere with people's pumpkins and take over because it's very soothing and relaxing.
Are you holding back right now? You're like, wait, Jen,
I'm holding
give me
back.
that spoon.
I'm trying to let you do it. Let you have the therapy.
Oh no, this is so relaxing. And you have a charcuterie board that you're going to show us too, because look how gorgeous that is right there.
You can create your own. So this is non-toxic, BPA-free, food safe. And charcuterie is all about presentation, right? So you get to create whatever colors you want. You pour it on the wood, and you just go to town. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. How can you not create the most beautiful art with this?
Okay.
It's not hard to do. And then we get a little crazy. And we take this and we kind of do a little swirling in there.
Oh, that is soothing.
See how fun that is?
With the colors.
Then we get a little crazier. We add a little bubbles on it. We kind of do that with that. We add more layers. You just don't have to stop.
Okay, yeah. And you can go up there too. Now this is the finished one. Look at that. We can compare the two. You see how beautiful that is? Can you picture that by your front door? Or in the backyard?
It'll last forever and ever.
You mentioned that people even do metal flowers and then they put them outside because you add the resin to that.
They do. So we have our acrylic pour on our metal flowers, and then when it dries, we add that clear resin on that, and you can put it outside on the patio. You can do a fall flower if you want.
So beautiful. Now, these classes, if someone's watching right now and they'd like to sign up, what do they need to know?
All they need to do is go to www.jphilippasart.com and look for the pumpkin classes online and sign up for one. And if they can't find the time they want, see, I took over.
No, I'm loving watching
If they can't find the time they want, then they just call us. They can book a party, and they can call us and book a party after hours. We're open 11 to 6. But if you can't find the class online, you just call us, and we will put you in.
I love that flexibility. Also, they do parties. They can do private parties, birthday parties, date nights, all the things. All right, and coming up in the second half of the show, we are going to show off a new art class that you have, but also the broken glass, which is very popular, right?
Everybody's favorite. Yes, everybody loves to smash glass.
Yes, some stress relieving, right? That's coming up. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to keep working on this. Am I doing okay?
You're doing perfect. You're ready to teach a class.
Thanks, Jeannie. Mike, Fiona, back to you. What do you think?
Very cool looking. That would be
I love how the charcuterie board would turn out.
Oh, yeah.
So
that would make great centerpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that outside. Yeah, right in the center of the dinner table. So, thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead on the show. Are arches and pains keeping you off your feet? How a simple switch of shoes can help, and how you can get $50 towards your next pair.
But first, are you passionate about dogs? Well, instead of trying to take them all home, here's another way you can help all the ones looking for a good home. We have details on a big event coming up on SA Live.